My name's Tom Butterfield and I'm studying for a PhD in biology. I chose Sussex because it's a lovely part of the country. You can't find anywhere nicer in the UK. But also when I came here before starting my PhD, I really liked the atmosphere. It's a real nice atmosphere for researchers. There's a lot of kind of cross-department chatter, so you really get to know everybody in the department, and there's a real nice support network here.
My name's Jonathan Bacon. I am a professor of neuroscience. My research group is interested in a number of questions to do with insects and spiders living in communities. For example, one of the problems that we've got is to try and understand, it sounds simple, but how an ant can possibly find food in its environment and then tell other ants within the colony where that food is. What we do is we set up very simple behavioural experiments where ants need to make choices in simple cardboard mazes. And what we find is that ants lay down trails having found where food is so that other members of the colony can follow those trails and get to the food without having to waste time searching for it themselves.
I study a combination of chemical ecology and behavioural ecology. In the UK, I work on two native species of ant. I study the chemicals that they use to communicate in a foraging context. And in Brazil, I study the chemical and behavioural ecology of termites and how they use chemicals to avoid predators. So when you discover a new compound and you see how insects behave in relation to that compound, that's something that nobody's ever seen before, and that feeling is fantastic.
This research on insects is very important for human society because by studying such problems as ant foraging, it's possible to design methodologies that will, for example, route internet traffic.
The support I receive from my supervisors at Sussex is fantastic. They're always available if I need to talk about anything or if I need to arrange any meetings, and they're always providing me really good advice on what the next step of my project should be.
The University of Sussex has a long-standing, a very good and warm relationship with the University of Sao Paulo. A recent very exciting project has been our study of social spiders. The particular species that we work on in Brazil was observed actually by Darwin in 1832 on the voyage of the Beagle. Darwin couldn't understand how these spiders were so friendly to each other when normally he would expect spiders to be rather aggressive in their behaviour to each other. We've looked at it in great detail and we've applied game theory to our observations, and we now understand, I think, how they manage to keep the peace and work cooperatively. I wish Darwin was still alive so we could tell him about our data.